Hey, it's me, Doggy Doe, and today we're doing disability mental health tier list. Number 1, pugs. It's the worst of them all. It's just Nah, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that today, and it's not gonna be one of those videos because these videos, let's be honest, they kind of suck. Today we're actually gonna do a special type of series I was thinking of making. This is easily gonna be like the first of its episodes, unless I decide to cancel it. I don't know. We're doing my hot topics. Wait, no, hold on. Hot takes, my bad. Hot takes, my bad. Basically, I'm just gonna talk about really weird opinions I have on certain things that a lot of people disagree with. So, I'm gonna give a big warning here. This is the big warning. First of all of these are my opinion. Another one is that not everyone who does this explain this, but although these are my opinion, just because you find yourself agreeing with me, if you do, that does not mean I'm completely correct. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on all of these. But, like I said, if you find yourself agreeing with me, then that does not actually mean that I'm correct. Unless I am and I don't know, then I don't know. Also, I'm going to be joking a lot, so try not to get triggered. Why am I saying this? Nobody with anger problems watches my channel. Actually, I don't know about that. You never know. And now that we have everything sorted out, I only have one thing left to say. Superman Super Fart is the worst video. Okay, so the first opinion I have is it's about let me tell you a story first. So, long time ago, I don't remember the year, but there was a show that came on, and the show is Uncle Grandpa. Everyone knows Uncle Grandpa. Okay, when I first watched it, I loved it because I thought it was the funniest thing on earth. I thought he was just so amazing. But then, sadly, I did this horrible, awful thing. It's called growing up. And in my older years, I realized I hate the show. Okay, no, I take it back now. I don't hate it. It's just nowhere as good as I remembered it. I'm probably gonna have to watch it again to like it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it again because I haven't seen it in a long time. See, it's gonna be very, very, very surprising to a lot of you, because a lot of you weren't even born when the first episode of Uncle Grandpa came out. When I was around the time, I didn't hear much of it, but you're gonna be shocked to hear this. There was people who they hated this show, and I was not one of them. But now, I'm still not one of them. I just don't like the show. I do admit, the only thing that's saving this show is its memes and the fact that it's hilarious. That's pretty much it. I will admit, compared to the other stupid shows that were on Cartoon Network at the time, and now, it's a lot better than all of them. Okay, look, a big thing about this is that, like I said in the warning, just because I hate it doesn't mean you have to hate it, and just because I hate it doesn't mean you have to hate me. Just because I hate it does not mean it's a bad show. You could probably find something you like in it. I've just lost the charm. Like I said, I'm probably gonna have to watch it again. It's, you know what? I'm gonna give it a funny. It does its job at being funny. But please, everyone who, watched this, you cannot deny that the show is stupid. The big thing about it is that, when I try to remember things that were, not funny, not as in, they were, stupid or anything, but as, things that were just part of the episodes, when I remember it, I feel like I'm having, a freaking, fever dream. I feel like I'm having a stroke trying to remember the actual plot of this show. That's how confused, that's how, weird it is. And if that is the intention, they did a good job. Alright. 1 out of 10 on the level meter. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Actually, 8 out of 10. I take it back. Now, is where we're gonna have to get a little seriouser with our opinions, because this is very iffy for everyone. Everyone likes Star Wars, right? Everybody. And if you don't like Star Wars, you've at least heard of Star Wars. That's how big. It's a big brand. How do you not hear about Star Wars? They have like Star Wars merchandise out of pretty much anything and everything you could think of. Almost. I might be wrong, actually. So, we all remember, do not lie, we all remember when the first episode for Force Awakens came out. Or no, the first trailer for The Force Awakens came out. We all thought it was going to be kind of cool or pretty awesome. Especially when you saw the mysterious dark figure show off his three-bladed lightsaber. And I watched this when I was a little kid, so I was not capable of forming a proper opinion. Other than I thought it was awesome. When I first watched it, I fell asleep like multiple times, I think. The very first time. All I can remember was like a couple of the battle scenes. And that's pretty much it. And then the second one came, and so look, I'm gonna give you the ratings that I have. Please admit, do not be one of those like stinky Star Wars fans and like fight with me. The first one, in comparison to the others, is not that bad. It's bad. It's stupid, but it's not as bad as the other two. Because this one, it has the slightest hinted little like faded smear of effort, unlike the other two. Alright, this is where the opinions part starts. The best thing saving this movie to me was probably Kylo Ren. Look, I know he is a very, very poorly written character. However, compared to Rey, there was like a little bit of effort with him, at least in the first movie. Instead of it, yes, it is bad writing, but to me, it's more so lost and bad potential. A lot of you little, I'm guessing toddlers, or toddler children, I don't know, toddler men. A lot of you think just because Adam Driver was given bad writing, bad acting, and he doesn't, let's be honest, they give him a pretty bad character. A lot of you think, just because of all that stuff, that he is a bad actor. No, he is not. Let me tell you. Look, he's kind of weird, alright? It is the character they gave him. It is not his acting that gave the character a bad performance. It was both the writing and the decisions they gave. I do mostly agree with a lot of people that if he just literally never showed his face till like the very end, then I think we would have liked him more. Or if he showed his face like little less, because I literally remember seeing his face more than when he wore the mask. He looked way cooler with the mask. Plus, the design of Kylo Ren is one of my favorites ever. Especially the cross-guard lightsaber. For such a cool idea, they wasted horribly. Like, please stop giving like crap to the actors, because it is not their fault that they were given bad characters. So, except there are some actors who do deserve the hate. I just felt like I felt like very betrayed. He was like a little okay. Look, nowadays that I've rewatched. No, I haven't. No, I have not seen them. But now that I think about it, yeah, no, he wasn't all that cool. But when I was a little kid, Kylo Ren was like the coolest thing ever. Because look at him. Well, it's just lost potential. Yes, bad writing, but more so lost potential in my opinion. You know what I think is a better idea? Slightly off topic. Instead of what they did for the Star Wars sequels, I first of all feel that they should have done what George Lucas wanted to do for the sequels. You know, the idea of Leia and her children fighting against Darth Maul and Darth Talon. This is a great idea. I think this would have been done really well. If it wasn't amazing, or if it did bad, it still would have done better than what the sequels. But the idea I have is that they could have done they could have done a complete rewrite of the Force Unleashed video game, and have Starkiller as the new Darth, as the new Sith Lord. Like, what's his name? Think about it. Someone with a better design and a better idea, just basically a better version of Snoke, could have manipulated Starkiller. Actually, no, better idea. Just adapt the game. Just get rid of all the things that make the game completely non-canon, like the fact that Starkiller kills all of the important characters. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like they could have adapted something. I don't know. Actually, I don't really like my idea that much, but it still would have been something, you know? Well, let's carry on. Wait a minute, I forgot we can't skip. On the level meter, alright, I'm gonna have to give a rating to all of them. The first one, Force Awakens, 4. Actually, 3. Part 2, also a 2. And then the other one, a 1, and that's it. Okay, unlike the other ones, this one shouldn't be too bad. This one is 100% completely opinionated and is not very true. I think, in my opinion, the Sonic movies are easily the best of most video game movies. They're not the best movies ever. However, they're actually accurate to the games, and they give people what they want instead of just stupid crap. I agree. It is kind of some of the characters are very annoying. Others aren't 100% accurate. But first of all, the inaccuracies that they have were made to be changes and things they forgot. Whatever. There's a lot of writing problems with the movies, but they're very, very forgettable to my memory. Like, there's things that I feel like I'm the only one who noticed, but I'm pretty sure someone had to have noticed other than me. That or I'm noticing something wrong and I'm dumb. I don't know. But I feel that compared to a lot of most video game adaptations, the Sonic movies just do what is in the game instead of what makes the money, you know? So, a big writing thing with the Sonic movies is a big one that I can understand, but I do not agree with, is the fact that Ben Schwartz, whatever his name is, the guy who voices Sonic, I can understand why a lot of people would say he doesn't fit Sonic very well. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. I don't agree, but I understand. He doesn't sound that much like, he's not like J.L. White or Jason Griffith or Roger Craig Smith, but he does his job with the version of the character that he was told to do. Plus, like I said, he's given a completely different version of Sonic to the other games. This is supposed to be a young little boy who was given these powers and whatever. A big thing that I understand and I agree with a little bit is that he is pretty annoying. But have you heard the crap that Sonic says in the games? Yeah, it's a big part of his character.
Oh yeah, this is happening.
And also to the people who just watch the movies for just cause. Look, a big complaint that I heard a lot of people say was, since Sonic 3 is a lot shorter than the other ones. Yes, this is true. And it was rushed in places. I guess this is true. I don't agree, but I can understand. Just because, in my opinion, in this case only, to me, just because it was rushed does not mean it was bad. It's probably, first of all, I bet the reason it was rushed was because of the... Sorry, people were texting me. Anyways, that's what I was saying. The reason why I think is rushed, was because due to the very high demand of the fans. And they also had the really impressive release date of every like 1 year, 1 or 2 years. So, I guess that. The only thing I could say that like bothered me a little bit after thinking about it for a long time is that there's not that much explaining when it comes to Shadow's powers. Only people who play the games and know the lore would know his powers, but in the movie they don't really explain it. Like there's like one scene where Jared Robotnik says, "Oh, it's chaos energy" or whatever. But they don't really explain how he could teleport or what happens when he takes off his rings. I think if they had explained it, I think it would be better to those who don't play the games and watch the movie. But it's just a little tiny nitpick. I don't think it's awful. It does not make the movie awful, unlike a lot of you like haters. Now it's time for the level ratings, or the level meter. So, first movie, I'm gonna have to give it sadly a 7 out of 10. No, actually 8 out of 10. The second one is 9 out of 10. And the final one is a 9 out of 10. What was the last one? Okay, the last one is 8 out of 10. Part 2 is 8 out of 10. Part 3 is 9 out of 10. Unless the Sonic 4 movie decides to make me hate the third one, then it's gonna have to turn into a 8 out of 10 or something. Or I might be wrong, and the fourth movie might be where they finally slip up with their good streak and it ends up being bad, and then I'm gonna have to give it like either a 4 or a 6. I don't care. If it's a bad movie, I'm still gonna love it because it had freaking Metal Sonic in it.
SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward.